If you're looking to build bigger and stronger shoulders with bodyweight training, as well as progressing onto the handstand push-up, then the pike push-up is a must. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do these progressions the right way. Crew members, welcome back to the channel, friends. How you doing today? If this is your first time here on this channel though, you need to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications, because if you're new to body training calisthenics, this is your home of bodyweight strength training. So make sure you hit that button, turn on that bell. And just to note, the pike push-up is different to the headstand pike push-up. And the reason I say this is because, first of all, the headstand pike push-up is slightly easier. And it's important that you don't actually treat the two exercises the same, because treating the pike push-up like the headstand pike push-up will elicit improper motor patterns. And so before I get into the progressions later on the video, if you're looking for more of the regressions of the pike push-up and the headstand pike push-up, then you can check out this card here, and I'll link you to a home shoulder workout that you can check out yourself. So like I said, the pike push-up is a fantastic exercise that provides a ton of benefits that other exercises in isolation cannot actually provide. So when done properly, you can experience a whole host of gains with the pike push-up and progressing onto the handstand push-up. However, first of all, we need to cover the full do's and don'ts to ensure we get the most out of the exercise. So of course, first of all, what we want to do is that we want to ensure that our shoulder, we're positioning our hands around shoulder width apart. And as we come down, we're going to ensure that our head goes far past our hands, leaning forward, and with our elbows tucked in towards our sides, we're going to ensure that our elbows remain stacked over our wrists. So at the bottom, you'll notice that my elbows will be over my wrists. And as you press up vertically, you're going to fully elevate the scapula to complete a full range of motion of the exercise. A common mistake with the pike push-up, again, is treating it like a headstand pike push-up. So what most people do from here is that there'll be a combination of barely actually leaning forward with their head. So instead of their elbows being stacked over their wrists, what happens is that their elbows fall behind their wrists. And the reason we don't want to do this is because when you're doing a handstand push-up and pressing in an inverted position, you're not going to be able to do that. So for the most carryover and the best gains possible, ensure that as you come down, you're treating it almost like an overhead press. So carrying it over to bodyweight training, your head is going to go far past your hands and your elbows remain stacked and over your wrists so that you can press with optimal power. Another common mistake is actually offloading the shoulders. So what will typically happen is that people will arch their back so that they can then, use more of their chest, or what they may do is not actually finish the full range of motion to make the exercise easier. Again, work within your current strength range, and it's important that you keep that pike position by keeping your core tight and your glutes engaged with your legs relatively straight as well. And don't make the habit of making it more of a horizontal pushing exercise. This is a vertical pushing exercise. So as you come down and press up, you want to be doing so in a vertical plane. And lastly, this is a shoulder and tricep dominant exercise, not a hip and leg dominant exercise. When you press up, please do not push back posteriorly with the hips, because you're only going to be frustrated in the long term with strength plateaus and a lack of progress. Keep the shoulders over the wrists and press with the shoulders, not the hips. And so when it comes to progressing the pike push-up, obviously the easiest way to do this is by elevating the feet. And so you can slowly do this in incremental steps. And the higher the elevation, the harder it's going to be. But it's important to note that when you're elevating the feet, you want to ensure you're actually doing this with the right body alignment. So you should come to a point where you feel a slight stretch in your hamstrings, because at this point, your hips are going to be over your shoulders, which is the position you want to maintain. Because if your hips are too far backwards, you're really going to offload the shoulders and diminish the benefits and results you'll gain from the exercise. And due to the placement of the feet and the nature of the exercise, it can be quite hard to actually objectively measure how you're progressing with elevated pike push-ups, let alone pike push-ups itself. And so one thing I like to advocate to my clients is visually think that, when you're coming down and pushing up, your feet, especially as you're coming down on the eccentric portion of the exercise, your feet should feel like they're almost hovering off the ground, because although they actually aren't, this will ensure that you're actually using as much of the shoulders as possible, so that your legs aren't helping with the exercise, because that's what we don't want them to do. We're making this an upper body pushing exercise. Plus, if you feel like your feet are going to hover more and more off the ground, it actually indicates that you're getting stronger, so you're doing a good job, my friend. Another progression is increasing range of motion. So whatever progression you want to use, when you use something like parallettes, you're going to get a deeper range of motion in the exercise, so you can get a greater stretch in the shoulders. And due to the nature of the exercise, not only are you actually going to improve your shoulder flexion on the way up, but you're also going to improve shoulder extension on the way down, which is very important for the bodyweight athlete and will also certainly increase the intensity of the exercise to a pretty large extent. Another progression, which is something I've recently been introduced myself, is the Pike Push Up Plus. What you do is that you get into a regular Pike Push Up position, you come down as you usually would, but what you do is that you let your head make contact with the ground, then you shift your body weight forward and let your feet leave the ground for a second or two. And you reverse the motion, so you press up with your feet again back in contact with the ground, while ensuring that you're focusing more on, letting the body lean forward rather than just kicking up back and forth. This is actually a great tool to ensure that your body remains challenged and isn't doing the same thing over and over again, so that you can actually provide your body the stimulus required to again grow bigger and stronger over time. And as you can tell by the sound of my voice, this exercise, particularly after you've been working out for a good amount of time, can get pretty damn brutal. And so yeah, follow these tips and guidelines accordingly, and your shoulders, triceps, and your upper chest are gonna have no other reason but to grow bigger and stronger over time. And so, with that said, if you enjoyed this video, you like my content, you enjoyed watching every single minute, every single second of this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below that this video came in good hands to you. So as that is enough for me today, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and as a crew member of the Gangster Express, keep moving forward, my friend.